Good evening. It's Wednesday night, and that means it's time for another Facebook Live. Tonight we're going to be playing with one of the sets that is retiring, and it's one of my favorites, and we're going to case the catalog. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to get on, and I will share this over to my group in case somebody is looking for us there. It always takes me a minute to do this, but that will give you time to get online with me. Hello, Betty. I hope you're having a good week. Let's get this shared. Always takes a minute. Hey, Debbie, welcome. We're just getting it shared over to the group in case somebody is looking for us there. All right, there we go. All right. So tonight we are playing with, this is one of my favorite sets, and I don't remember, it wasn't new in this catalog, but it's To a Wild Rose. And what's funny is my boys played a song by this name for Guild when they played piano. And it has a set of dies that go with it that are fabulous. So this is retiring. But the dies are on sale for $8.50, and they're regularly, let me look it up, I marked it in my catalog. They are regularly $34, so you can get these dies for $8.50 right now. And then the stamp set is not on sale, and it is on sale, I'm sorry. It's, instead of $26, it's $23.40. So for a little over $30, you can get this bundle. So for something like this, you do not want to use the bundle number. You want to use the separate one because you'll save more money that way. So if you don't have this already, this is a great one to add to your collection. And at the end, if I can remember, I'm going to set them over here so I'll remember. I have some other cards to show you using this set. All right. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to do what's called Case the Catalog. So CASE stands for Copy and Share Everything. And so if you're stuck sometime, you have a stamp set and you're like, I really don't know what to do with this, or you just need something quickly without having to try and plan it out, you can always look in our catalog and see. Well, this is going to be hard to show you because I have a shelf in the way. Let's see if I can make it come up. There, you can kind of see it. Because this isn't a brand new set in this catalog, they've only got a couple of examples. If this was a brand new suite, you would see many more. But this is the one we're going to case tonight. This is another pretty one. Looks like they use the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. I'm not sure what they used. That's just gold embossing. Oh, I think this came with it came with a little center. Let me get this out of the way. With a little center to your flower. There it is. So that's what they used on that one. But we're going to do the simple one today. And like I said, if you're stuck for something to do, that's always a good thing to do. Is just look at your catalog and see what they've done. So this one is a small card. So it is 3.5 by 3.5. I will, again, post all the measurements to the card on my blog after this is over. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with, so this is Coastal Cabana, and it is 3.5 by 7. Again, I'll put all these measurements on my blog tonight. And since this is a photopolymer set, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. And we are just going to stamp some leaves here at the bottom. So you can do a lot more with this stamp set than this. This is a pretty simple card. But sometimes that's what you need, is just a simple card. And you don't have to worry about if these leaves look kind of funky, where they overlap here. That's okay, because we're going to cover that up. And then we'll put one more. Let me see where my fold is. There it is. Just so I can kind of see where I want to go. Because I want that to go up towards the top, but not all the way. All right, so there's our leaves. That look lovely. And then let's set that aside. Our sentiment, this is one of the dies that come in the set. So I learned the hard way. I cut the die only partially because it's only partially there. But when I cut it, it was too short for my sentiment. So, lesson I learned from this is cut the whole die, then stamp your sentiment, then cut it off. So this is Granny Apple Green. That was Coastal Cabana that we stamped on Coastal Cabana. This is Granny Apple Green. And we are going to stamp this as far to the left as we can so that we can cut off the end of that die, even with the card. There we go. And I love this sentiment. This one has some really pretty sentiments in it. Okay, that's all the stamping. Pretty easy. We're done with this. All right, now I've got, so our, almost all of our designer series paper retires with every new catalog. And this is part of the Bright. So this comes in every color collection, and it has typed words on one side and wood grain and then polka dots and then this kind of woven. And so this is the Bright, and so it's in all of the Bright colors. So we are using Granny Apple Green, just a few little pieces of it. And so I'm going to go ahead and fold this, get my bone folder. And we are going to put our little strips of green on first. So I've just got 3 little strips here, and I'm going to use liquid glue because that gives me a little bit of time to manipulate them if I need to. So one's going to go about like that. Again, we're going to cover this up with our sentiment, so we don't have to worry about this back side here if it doesn't look perfect. One's going to go about like that. And then I'm going to kind of lay this where I think it's going to go. So I kind of know where to put this top one, because I want to be sure it shows above my sentiment. And we'll just line it up even. Oh, it's moving. Okay. Now what I did, because I want to pop that sentiment up on dimensionals, that's going to make it a little bit hard to cut. So what I did is I just put it, make sure my words are all on the card and it's about where I want it, and I just held it there and cut. And that's much easier than trying to do it after you've already popped it up on dimensionals. But before we put the dimensionals on, this is some linen thread, and we're just going to tie this around the whole card. And we're going to tie it. This is thin enough that if I'm tying a bow, I will tie a knot first, and that just holds it better, so that when I tie my bow, I don't have to worry about it slipping. So now we'll tie a bow, and then we're just going to slide it all the way over here to the left, slide it down a little bit. Let's see if that looks about right, because our sentiment is going to go right here. Yep, I think that looks good. All right, so now I'm going to put dimensionals on my sentiment, and I want to keep them towards the top and the bottom so they can kind of straddle that twine. And I put lots on it. This one I put 6 on, because I wanted to be sure it stayed lifted for the whole part. All right, and then we are just going to put this, and it can kind of go over that a little bit, and we just want to line it up. It got a little bit crooked. There we go. We just want to line it up with that edge, and there we go. There's our card. And so everybody that comments on this video, by next Wednesday will be in the drawing to send this card. And you can put it in a regular envelope. I mean, it doesn't need one that big, but you don't have to try and make an envelope this size. You can just put it in a regular envelope. And I forgot to draw before tonight's Facebook Live for last week's. So I will do that right after I get off. Thank you, buddy. Because somebody's going to win these 2 butterfly cards from last week. So I will do that drawing right after I finish here. And let me show you some of the other cards I have with this beautiful stamp set. This one I got in a swap from Liz Sundin. And I think this was a case, the original catalog that it came out in. But you can see how she just stamped the outline, and then one of the flowers, she stamped one of those inside. I lost my stamp set now. It's here somewhere. The inside piece to it. Where did it go? Oh, it's way over here. It got stuck in my catalog. So this is actually a 3-step stamp. You have the outline, and then one that fills in more, and then one that's more of an accent. So she just did the outline and the accent on this one. On the other, she just did the outline, and then the leaves she did. And these ones she die cut out. And then this was just embossed with white. And she added some sequins. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And then these were ones that I did when these in colors first came out. So these are, I'm missing, what am I missing? Rococo Rose. So Rococo Rose is gone, but these are the in colors that are going away. Hey, Lenita, you missed what we made tonight, but you'll have to go back and watch. This is the one we made. So these are the outgoing in colors, and I know the Rococo Rose, I think the paper's gone, the refill's gone. I didn't look before I got on tonight, but things are already selling out. So if there's anything you want that's retiring, you want to be sure and get those soon. And then this is one that we made in a class, and it was, it's like shimmery white. I don't know if you can tell, but shimmery white is a good one to do watercoloring on. So we like spritzed it. And so it's just the, I think it was this stamp that we did, and then we kind of spritzed it. And it looks like I spritzed it a little too much down there. But anyway, that's another one. All right, I think that was all I had to show you. So be sure, if there's anything you want, let me know, and I will post on my blog the dimensions for this. And I will keep sharing things that are retiring with you. There's a lot of great things retiring, so I want to be sure you get a chance to see everything before they're gone. So we only have another month, really, not much more on some of them. So thank you, ladies, for joining me. It'll be kind of short and sweet tonight, I guess. And I will see you next week. Good night.